Alrighty, you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff-bound New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Miami Dolphins. And why are the Miami Dolphins 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all that's going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Or everybody who's going to spend any time watching the replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. It means the world to me. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight, shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away, throw in the chat box. You should try to check on the chat box. I get every 5 or 10 minutes. As soon as I see something in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. But plus also, instead of me just rambling on for half an hour, 45 minutes, or whatever I might want to be, it's just nice to talk to another Giant fan. So please feel free and fire away. Before we get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. In the description box below, the top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. Second membership level I got is called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one has their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. If you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. I can use all the support I can get, guys. But if not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way, next time I go live or I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, I thank you. And then also, finally, it's in the description box below. There's 3 links. The top, one's got a Facebook link, and there's a Twitter. To me, it's Twitter, whatever Elon Musk calls it, whatever letter of the alphabet. Is it S, M, Q, P, Y, whatever it is this week? I'm not sure. To me, it's always Twitter. And then I have a TikTok account as well, too. So, you follow me on Twitter, TikTok. I try to put some videos in there every day. And then also in the group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. We have over 6,800 members in the group. It's doing very, very well. And so if you want to become a member, please join. I put stuff in there every day. It's darn near 365. If I got internet access and I'm breathing, I'm putting stuff in there. And not only do I put stuff in there, but the members put stuff in there as well, too. So if you want to join that group, as I said, there's a ton of Giant stuff every day that goes in there. All right. So all that stuff said and done that away with. Well, I mean, at least the New York Giants, right, brought back a friend, right, a former first-round pick. Now he's good old Justin Pugh, of course, right? Now, there's a possibility, right, somewhere along the line this season, obviously because he was injured last year, right? So, if he maybe, I guess, pass the test and all that, we'll have to wait and see how well he does, on the practice squad, when he'll be elevated to the regular squad, because he is coming off the injury, right? I mean, it's probably the way the Giants' offensive line looks is probably I'm sure it's probably just a matter of time before Justin Pugh gets elevated. But there's a possibility. I mean, if you start thinking about it, right? And as crazy as that sounds, right? There's a possibility, if by some straight up miracle, and Andrew Thomas can actually play this year without his hamstring, right? So we have Andrew Thomas, we have Evan Neal, and we have Justin Pugh. The Giants will have 3 first-round picks on their offensive line that they drafted, right? And of course, Michael Schmitz, he got injured. So if we can get him on there, right? So it might be a possibility this year, right, where we might have a Thomas, a Neal, a Pugh, and a Schmitz. We might have 3 firsts and a second on our offensive line, right? So, but I mean, all things considering, if you think about Pugh, I mean, I'm sure he's missed at least a quarter of the season already, pretty much. So it's not, we need depth. He is coming off of an injury. He said multiple times, I've read certain things and all that, obviously things he said and everything, that he would like to come back here. And I'll tell you what, for the guy to want to come back here to this team, the way it's been going so far, you got to give Justin a lot of credit. A lot of credit. So he's going to be on the practice squad. Former Arizona Cardinals offensive lineman Justin Pugh has found a new but a familiar home. Mike Garafolo is reporting Justin Pugh will be landing with the New York Giants to their practice squad. The team's 2013 first-round pick returns to East Rutherford to join an offensive line in need of help and depth. You got that freaking right. Oh, my God. Pugh entered the league as a first-round pick in 2013 after spending 2013 to 17, spent 5 seasons with the Giants, 5 seasons with the Cardinals. Right? After he left the Giants, he signed a 5-year deal, $45 million deal with the Cardinals. So he worked out very well for him. Pugh was a mainstay in the Arizona's trenches for years before hitting free agency this offseason. He tore his ACL in Week 6 last season and has been working towards recovery, though the Cardinals retooled the roster with first-round picks, Paris Johnson, among other signings. So, so he tore his ACL wasn't even a year ago. And, of course, they say a lot of times, you come back from it, but are you going to be totally 100%? Usually they say a lot of times, like that second year, usually by that second year, sometimes they're better than they were before. So it hasn't even been quite a year. You got to give the man a lot of credit, going through the operation, the surgery and all of that, and working his way back into NFL shape. So you got to give the man a lot of credit. Boy, we certainly need some depth on this offensive line. 11 sacks to the Seattle Seahawks. Absolutely unbelievable. Pugh has been patiently hinting at a comeback and, to the Giants. As I said, once again, you got to give the man a lot of love. He wants to actually come back and be part of this team. You got to give the man a lot of love, right? And you might want to check him out psychologically, too. You sure you want to come back to the Giants? Pugh's been patiently hinting at a comeback and finally lands with a familiar organization that needs his help after the Giants quarterback Daniel Jones was sacked in double digits on their Monday Night Football loss. The Giants get sacked 11 times. I can't freaking believe 11 times. Back in mid-August, Pugh was cleared to do football activities. He's 33 years old, though, right? This will be his 11th season. Now, if he starts or whatever, he's just a torch holder. That's all he is. He's not somebody we're inking for the next 3-4 years. Going to give him $15-20 million. He's going to be he's going to replace Klawinski. I highly doubt that. You know what I mean? If he's on the roster next year, cool. But he's just a torch holder. He's not somebody long term. Pugh now on the Giants won't have to face his family. Because you figure, if he was on the Giants a couple weeks ago, would have been the Giants versus the Cardinals. Whew. Let's see here. Whoops. Now the thing is that this I seen this. It's quite interesting here. This just goes to show you how ungodly, absolutely unbelievably. It just goes to show you, and it just the problems with the Giants with their offensive line. Even obviously goes back to Pugh. Even go back to 2013. He's played 10 seasons, 5 seasons with the Giants, 5 seasons with the Cardinals. Now this is just by Pro Football Focus. I don't know exactly the exact breakdown and all of this of how many sacks he gave up. The only evidence I have is the evidence I'm looking at right now here at PFF, okay? And they have a breakdown of how many sacks he has given up in his 10 years in the NFL. This is all I'm going by now. Now, if these stats are off by a little bit, it said he's given up 24 sacks in his career. So I'm going by is what it says here, PFF. Now, if they're off here, it's probably off. Only it might be off by 1 or 2 or so. If they say he's given up 24 sacks, he hasn't given up 113. Right, so it's probably very close to 24. Right, but the thing is just absolutely unbelievably. I can't even talk sometimes. I just goes you how unbelievably freaking pathetic the Giants' offensive line has been, even before Pugh, right? Even just a year or so before Pugh. But if you go back to 2013, right? The 5 years he's given up 24 sacks. The 5 years he was with the Giants, he's given up 18 sacks. 18 of his 24. So basically, in his 5 years with the Giants, he's given up 3 times the amount of sacks he does with Arizona. He goes to Arizona. Let's say Arizona. Last year, he only played 263 snaps, but he gave up no sacks. 2021 with Arizona, he played 858 snaps. He gave up no sacks. No sacks. His last 2 seasons in Arizona, no sacks. 2020, he gave up 1. 2019, he gave up 4. And then 2018, his first season with Arizona, he gave up 1. His past 2 seasons in Arizona, no sacks. With the Giants, his rookie season, he gave up 5, then he gave up 6, then he gave up 2, then he gave up 2, then he gave up 3. So after his first 2 seasons, he did get better. He went down to 2, 2, and 3. So, he did get better. However, his first 5 seasons, 18 sacks he gave up. 5 seasons with the Cardinals, 6 sacks. He gave up 3 times the amount of sacks when he was with the Giants than he did with the Cardinals. It's absolutely freaking mind-blowing how it just, it's like, you need cohesion and this, and you got the guys to work together. Well, then he goes to a brand new team and he hardly gives up any sacks. I mean, he's with the Giants and he's like a turnstile. He goes to another team and he's good. It's like absolutely unbelievable. Now, to be fair also, his first 4 seasons with the Giants, according to PFF, that's all I'm going by, he did grade out very well. He did grade out very, very well. His rookie season, he was a 75. Then he was a 70. Then he was a 78.8. In 2015, it's almost a 79. Then he was a 78.3. Then in 2017, looks like he missed some time. He graded out a 64. So, I mean, his past 5 seasons with the Cardinals, he didn't grade out as well as he did with the Giants. But, I mean, he was kind of getting up there in age. He did miss some time in 2018, his first season with the Cardinals. But, I mean, his past 4 seasons with the Cardinals, he graded out over 60. So, I mean, obviously, is he going to be a serviceable guard? Absolutely. He'd be some nice backup for the Giants. Now, if we look here, let's see. Let's go 2022. Just trying to see 2022 he played. He was left guard. 2021. Okay, left guard. I'm just trying to see if he, all right, left guard. Looks like pretty much all, especially with Arizona. Okay, he played 2019, he played left guard and right tackle for Arizona. And 2018, his first season with Arizona, he was right guard. He did miss some time. So with the Giants, 2017, he played left guard, right tackle. So he has played tackle and guard. 2016, he was left guard. That was our good old playoff year. 2015, he was left guard and a left tackle and right tackle. The last game of the season against Philadelphia, he played right tackle. So a lot of flexibility there. So he's played right guard, he's played left guard, he's played right tackle, and he's played left tackle. So, and then we got 2014, he played right tackle for the Giants. Right, in 2013, I think it was the same thing, right? Right tackle. He was right tackle. So I mean, he's played guard and tackle. So we got some flexibility there. 6'5", 311 pounds. Right. So he can play guard and tackle. I mean, probably at his age, he might be better off right now, especially quite possibly playing guard. But as I said, yeah, he was, what we got? 2017, he only played in 8 games. That was his last season with the Giants. 2018, his first season with the Cardinals, he played in 7 games. Last season, he played in 5 games. So, he's played in 106 career games. All in all, I mean, what I got right here is Pro Football Reference. According to them, he's only had 10 holding penalties in his career. He's had 15 false start penalties, but that is what it is. But, I mean, in 10 years, according to Pro Football Reference, is all I'm going by. 10 years, he's given up 10 holding penalties. Actually, he's had 5 holding penalties with the Giants. He's had 5 holding penalties with the Cardinals. So, I mean, he's done very, very well. Very, very well for himself. So, I mean, he's working his way back. So, as I said, you have to wait and see, how long he'll be on the practice squad for. But all in all, it's a good pickup. And it's not going to be a lot of money. You know what I mean? Especially he's missed 4 seasons. He's coming back from the ACL, this, that, and the other thing. So that was a good pickup. Good to see him. Good to see him back, even if it's just for this one season. But we could use all the help we can get because, I mean, my God, I mean, it's just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. How I mean, it's just every game, every year in and year out, how we cannot get an offensive, absolutely unbelievable. All right, so we got the team and player grades. I'll leave the team grades for last, and they're according to Pro Football Focus, they are not good. Let me tell you what. But so let's go over the offensive grades from the Monday night debacle. Right. Unfortunately, our best player was Daniel Bellinger, and of course, then he got hurt. I think we lost Schmitz and Bellinger on that tush-push play, if I'm remembering correctly. The tush-push. Right? Of course, when we went for it, didn't get the first down. Every other team in the NFL, almost every other team has ever done the tush-push, especially the Eagles, because that's the only way they can win a football game. They have to do, like on 4th down and 1, they have to do the tush-push like 300 times a game. That's the only way they can win. If they had to punt the ball away all those times, of course, they wouldn't win. They'd probably be 0-4. But said that's the only way the Eagles can win a football game. But when they do it, of course, they make it because they have the best offensive line in football. But the Giants try to do it. They can't even gain a yard. Absolutely unbelievable. But Daniel Bellinger, he was only in there for 6 snaps. He graded out of 75.3. He was our best offensive grade. John Michael Schmitz, 74.4. Of course, he was only in there for 11 snaps. So basically, early on, we lost Bellinger and John Michael Schmitz on the tush push. And of course, that when the Giants do it, the Giants do the tush push. Everybody in our offensive line is injured. They have to put backups in. When the Eagles do it 312 times a game. Nothing happens to any of their players. All their players are just absolutely healthy as can possibly be. When the Giants do it, our whole offensive line gets wiped out. Absolutely unbelievable. We can't even do a quarterback sneak without losing half of our offensive line. Absolutely unbelievable. Wan'Dale Robinson, 48 snaps, graded out of 73. Isaiah Hodgins, he was in there for just 28 snaps, 63.9. Mark Lewinsky, wow, 25 snaps, 63.2. Let's see. Matt Peart, he was just in there for a handful. He was in there for 4 snaps, 61.8. Tyrod Taylor, just for 2 snaps. He was graded out of 60. Sterling Shepard, once again, his diminishing role. He just had 5 snaps. I think he was in there for 2 snaps against the 49ers. So I think basically in the last 2 games, he's played in 7 snaps. It's a shame. I mean, yeah, it's a shame. But he graded at 57.9. Marcus McKeithen at right guard played all 75 snaps. Cool. 57.1. Pass blocking grade was at 46.4. Darius Slayton was in there for 66 snaps. He graded out at 56.8. Matt Breida, 55 snaps, graded out at 56.1. Gary Brightwell, 19 snaps. 56 he graded out at. Lawrence Cager, good to see him on the field. 5 snaps, he graded out at 55.1. Joshua Zudu at left tackle, he graded out at 54.3. Jalen Hyatt, at least we got him on the field, right? 45 snaps, very, very good. Good to see him out there a lot. I graded at 53.9. Paris Campbell, 23 snaps, graded at 53.5. Evan Neal, right tackle, all 75 snaps, 53.3. Darren Waller, 69 snaps, 52.2. Shane Lemieux, left guard, 41 snaps, 47.6. Somehow I have no idea. Somehow his pass blocking grade was a 79.8, but I even heard he got injured as well, too. I think it was. I think he got injured. That's why I heard. Ben Bredesen, he slid over to center. He was started out at guard, and after Michael Schmitz got hurt, he had to slide over to center. He graded 42.3. I mean, serviceable, but I mean, his pass blocking grade was a 42.4. He was not very impressive. And of course, unfortunately, Daniel Jones, the one who got sacked 10 times. Paris Campbell got sacked the other time, but Daniel Jones with his his untimely interceptions, staring down ball players, come say, "Hey, Kate, I'm gonna throw it to you. All right, when you're open, let me know. It's coming to you, baby. I got 13 other wide receivers all over the field. 12 of them are wide open, but coming to you, brother. All right. Oh, you're open. All right, here we come. Oh, got intercepted. Run back the other way for a touchdown. Wow, I did not see that coming. Wow. Daniel Jones gets the ball back. He's looking at Darius Slayton. Got 47 other wide receivers on the field. They're all wide open, but he's got Darius Slayton. Come on, baby. Get open. All right. Oh, okay. I'm coming to you, brother. All right. Here it comes. Ready? All right. It's coming. All right. Here you go. Get ready. Here we go. Whew. Coming at you, baby. I mean, the guy does not, I guess I can get it. The clock in his head, is saying, okay, as soon as I get the ball, I have a half a second, and then there'll be 37 Seahawk players all over me, so I have to get rid of it. So my quickest read, I get it, and I got to start looking at a guy to get rid of it. I don't have time to stand around and look from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. I don't have that. I have the tough time to get the ball and look at one guy and just try to get rid of it before I get my head ripped off. So, yeah. But so Daniel Jones, 40.4. His passing grade was a 31.3. Not good. I mean, it's one of those things. Is it all his fault? Of course not. Absolutely, of course not. But I mean, you can see it. I mean, there's just, there's time and time again, I mean, obviously, once again, a lot of it has to do with pressure. He's being hurried. He doesn't have that much time, to throw the football. I get it and all that. You know what I mean? It's tough, right? I mean, the clock in his head, he only has a second or two, and he's going to get, and he's going to get killed. Somebody's out there trying to rip his head off. I get it. But when he does have time, or, he could look at a couple of receivers, he doesn't. Seems like a lot of times he'll go and he'll stare down a receiver, And that's what Witherspoon was saying too. Witherspoon says he stares down receivers. I mean, I said, once again, some of it's his fault, but a lot of it's also because he's just so programmed that as soon as he gets the ball, he only has so much time to throw the ball in the pocket. So he's got to look at, look at one guy. I don't have time to look at Jalen Hyatt running down deep, or this guy doing a cross pattern, this guy, a sluggo, or I don't have time for that. I don't have wheel route. I don't have time for a running back to come out of the backfield and run down and hopefully get past the backer down there and hit him. I don't got time for that. I got this guy in a curl. Yeah, that's all I got time for. So that's why as soon as I get the ball, I'm staring at him, right? But he just stares down that receiver. It's just, as I said, that's what even Witherspoon even said. He just stares down the receiver, which he does. All right, here we go. All right, the defensive grades. Isaiah Simmons, my man, pots and pans. 90.5. Unfortunately, he was only on the field for 18 snaps. I hope we get him on the field a little bit more. He graded at 84.4 in coverage. Very, very good. Dexter Lawrence, 81.5. Another good, solid game for him. Yeah, he was in there for 36 snaps. Bobby Okereke, he was in there for all the snaps at 81.2. He had a very good game. Very, very good game. Let's see. Here does it say? 6 tackles, 2 assists. Well, it says, once again, it says here, there's a according to Pro Football Focus, is all I'm going by. I said the Giants had 10 missed tackles. Now, I don't know if this is official or not, but Kayvon Thibodeau, he had a very good game, 71.2. It's just freaking shame. It's just absolutely amazing. I understand there's that the second half against the Cardinals, and I get it. So I really can't totally speak about this. But if we can take that second half against the Cardinals and put it over here for a minute, okay, pretend like it never happened. Has there anything gone right for the Giants at all in any of those other halves? Anything? The Kayvon Thibodeau, right? Geno Smith drops back to pass, and he's trying to throw the ball in the flat, and Kayvon's like, like in the way, and Geno Smith kind of like sidearms it, and Kayvon like hits the ball, tips it up in the air. This just goes to show you, are the football gods shining down on you, or are they not? What are they? Are they shining down on you, or they got their pants pulled down there and they're shining their butts at you, right? Well, apparently they're shining their butts at the Giants this season because Kayvon, if he could have just corralled it in, he might have had a pick 6, right? Or instead of tipping it up and trying to catch it and run with it, if he dove for it and just maybe caught it and maybe somebody touched him down, we would have had the ball in very good field position. We probably should have gotten at least a field goal out of it, and maybe not a touchdown, right? That was a huge game changer. But of course, the Giants have absolutely no. We're getting guys injured on quarterback sneaks. We do a quarterback sneak, right? And we have like 312 of our offensive players are all limping off the field. Absolutely freaking amazing. We still don't have a turnover in 4 games. It's just unfreaking believable. But Kayvon did look good. He looked good. I'm very happy. But also, how much of it was now that, because Azeez is on the other side, right? Now, once again, let's knock on wood, right? As far as I know, Azeez came out of the game healthy. So Xavier McKinney, he had a good game, but I'm not sure if he was one of the ones that missed the tackle against Noah Fant. That was just absolute. I couldn't believe how the guy worked his way down the sideline and nobody at least pushed him out of bounds. All right. But Xavier McKinney, 71.1. Azeez Ojulari, first game for, first action, he played in 40 snaps, 40 out of the 55 snaps. So he played most of the snaps. He played, what would that be? 11, 8 out of 11, 8 out of every 11 snaps he played in. So he's 66.2. Let's see. Raheem Nunez-Roches, he was in there for 20 snaps, graded out of 65.6. Dane Belton, he was only in there for 8 snaps, though. 63.7. Boogie, the boogeyman, Boogie Basham, 7 snaps, 61.5. Deonte Banks was in there all the snaps. He graded out of 61. DJ Davidson, good to see him back there, right? 60.5. Jason Pinnock, he was in there for all the snaps, 56.5. Cordell Flott, 30 snaps, 55.3. Leonard Williams, he did well. Had a good game against the 49ers, not so much this week. According to Pro Football Focus, that's all I'm going by. He was in there for 32 snaps, 54.2. Micah McFadden, 37 snaps, 53.9. Sean Robinson was in there for 19 snaps. He graded at 52.8. And Adoree Jackson, He was in there for all the snaps. He graded out of 40.1. He had 3 tackles. He missed 2 tackles. I think he was one of the ones that missed the tackle, the guy going down the sideline. And then Hottie, Jihad Ward. I love the guy's attitude and all that stuff and everything, but he's not much of a difference maker on the football field. He was in there for 19 snaps, graded out of 29.3. His run defense was a 29.9. His tackling was a 23.6. According to Pro Football Focus, that's all I'm going by, right? That's all I'm going by. He had no tackles, and he missed 2. He missed 2 tackles. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it's just... It is painful. And and hey, speaking of painful, let's go over the Giants team grade, shall we? Speaking of painful, whew, my God. All right. Now the overall team grade, let's see. The San Francisco 49ers, big game. Big. One more time for the hearing impaired. Big game this week, because I think the 49ers are playing the Cowboys this week. So it's a huge game. Boy, I hope the 49ers kick the crap out of them. Let's see. The Giants are number 32. We have the worst graded team according to Pro Football Focus. 53.3. Let's see now. Offensive grade. Dolphins are number 1 with 87.6. Giants, number 31. 54.4. Passing grade. Miami Dolphins are first, 90.3. And the Giants are number 30, our passing grade, 51. This isn't just not yesterday. This is the whole season. So all 4 games, the Giants are a 51 on their passing grade. Pass blocking. Oh, yeah, the Giants. Well, the Steelers were worse than the Giants. Let's say here. The Bills are number 1, 76.4. Yeah, that also helps why Josh Allen was able to stand back there and put up all the numbers he could, right? If Josh Allen was running for his life the way Daniel Jones was, his numbers wouldn't be as good. But, all right, so the Giants, let's see. Steelers are still the worst. Steelers are 31.8. The Giants are 31st pass block rate, 38.8. Absolutely. Just unbelievable. Receiving grade. 49ers are first, 88.5. Dolphins are second with 83.2. So, the Dolphins have some very good grades. Very good grades. They just lost to the Bills, right? But they grade out very, very well. All right, so the receiving grades here now. The Giants are number 32, 58.2 as far as our receiving grade. So the Giants are number 32 and 2 of the 5 that I've rattled off so far. Running grades. Let's see here. We got Dolphins are number 1, 92.8. Wow. Dolphins are up there in a lot of categories. All right, so let's see here. The Giants are number 15, 72.4. Run blocking. Eagles, because they have the best offensive line in football, and none of them get injured. Simply amazing. They all run out on the field, all 5 of them, right? Play 312 snaps every game. They all run off the field at the end of the game. They just keep doing that week in. Nobody gets a toenail injury, nothing. Nobody has that piece of hair out of place. Absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, the Giants do a quarterback sneak, and we lose 7,000 guys on our offensive line today. It's just absolutely unbelievable. It just goes to show you, when you have absolutely no luck, when everything is going to go against you, you're screwed. You're freaking screwed. The Giants run blocking grade. Let's see. Okay, so how far down we got to go here? Giants run block. We're number 31 as far as run blocking. 50.5. Oh, my goodness. Defense. Here we go. Who's number 1 here? 49ers number 1, 88.4. The Cowboys are number 2, 88.3. They're playing each other this week in San Francisco, as I said. I hope the 49ers kick the crap out of them. The Giants' defense is, let's see here. We're in the lower half here. The Giants' defense is number 28, 57.1. Oh, my God. We got some, wow. Run defense. Let's see here. Giants run defense. Of course, this is going to be horrible. Giants run defense number 27. We're 51.2. Now you got to check this one out. This one, this one's perfect. The tackling grade. The 49ers are number 1, 79. Okay, the Giants are, they got to be last, right? No, they're not quite last. Oh, wow. Giants are number 30. Wow. Somehow the Houston Texans at 29.9 and the Denver Broncos 28.8, or even worse than the Giants. Giants are number 30 as far as tackling grade. 39.8. I mean, jeez, unbelievable. Pass rush. All right, what we got here? 49ers, 90.6. Very good. Somehow, I have no idea how the Giants, according to Pro Football Reference, that's all I got by. Pro Football Focus. The Giants somehow, with 4 quarterback sacks, okay, we got some hits and all that. I have no idea. Once again, no idea. The Giants are number 8 overall, 73.7. Our pass rush is. Our pass rush grade. I have no idea. I mean, we have 4 sacks in 4 games. We have some hits and all that, but 4 sacks. And we're the 8th best team. I don't understand that. All right, coverage grade. The Baltimore Ravens are number 1, 89.9. The Cowboys are number 2. They're 89.8. So the Cowboys rank up there really high in a couple of the categories. So let's see here. Coverage grade. That'll make you feel. The Eagles, they stink. They're 65.3. Eagles, don't worry. The Eagles are going to lose a game or 2 or so or whatever. They're not that good. They're not that good. Let's see. The Giants are, what did I say here? 52. The Giants are number 29 overall, 52.7. And our special teams, we are unbelievably horrible. See, the Saints are number 1, 90.6. And then the Seahawks are number 2, 84.5. But the Giants, the special teams, we are number 32, 43.3. So we have, I think, let's see here. Let's get this right. No. I think the Giants are number 32 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13 categories. The Giants are number 32 and 3 of them. I mean, I have no idea how at all the Giants, got worse. Well, we are a Super Bowl team. Of course not, right? And I get it. We had an easier schedule last year. Okay, I get that. And okay, we maybe did not make a playoff, but I mean, like last year, right? We lost 2 games to the Cowboys by 1 score. Right, 1 score. Now we're losing 40-0. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a harder schedule, this, that. But I mean, it's like we've added players to our roster. We got better. Those losing 40-0. Then we didn't play the 49ers last year. Okay. So I get that. We played the Seattle last year. In Seattle, we lost 27-13. Now, if Richie James didn't fumble and muff those 2 punts, that gave them basically 10 points. They had to kick a field goal, but they had to score the touchdown. But still, they gave good field position. They turned it into some points. That was 10 points. So basically, if you can take those 2, which of course you can. I mean, regardless, the Giants lost by 14 points, 27-13. I'm sorry. Right? I mean, this year we couldn't even score a touchdown. Couldn't even score a touchdown at home. We had 2 guys injured. 2 guys on the left, right? 2 best players on offense, but we still couldn't even score a touchdown at home. 11 days rest. The other team came in banged up, all this stuff and everything. Back up on their offensive line and all of that. Giants couldn't even score a touchdown. I mean, as I said, I understand maybe we're not going to have the record may not be as good because of the the schedule's harder. Okay, but how we added to our roster. And why we're like going, we're regressing. Why are we added to our roster and we're like so much worse than we were last year? I don't understand that. I know every season is different and all that stuff and everything, but it just really, really painful football. Is Justin Pugh the answer? No, of course not. Nice to see him back. I'm sure it'll be just a matter of time before they get him. He'll be on the active roster, I'm sure, because Michael Schmitz was injured. We don't know what the extent of it is. I thought I heard Lemieux was injured as well too. So I'm sure it's just be a matter of time before Pugh makes it on his active roster, and hopefully somewhere along the line he's actually on the field. That would be fantastic. But once again, it's a feel-good story. Is he the answer? No. Is he a long-term solution? No. Will he be on the team next year? Quite possibly not. I don't know. Very, very disheartening. Very, very disheartening. So, but all right, guys. Well, that was 40 minutes. Whoever spent any time listening to me, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Or if anybody spends any time watching the replays, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.